Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, depending on the time that you seeing this video and the country that you find yourself in at this particular moment. You're welcome to Football 360GH. Do all to like, to share, to subscribe, to become a part of the family so that you get opportunity to enjoy our videos as and when it goes out. So yesterday, Black Stars coach Otto Addo, named the squad for the two matches in the World Cup qualifiers. Already we know that the Black Stars have played 6 matches in their group and they have 15 points. Okay, so it's a 6-team group and then it's a home and away affairs, and so it means that the Black Stars would have to play 10 matches, of which they've played 6. The incoming international break after Sunday's matches in the major leagues, teams will break and then players will be called to their national teams to go partake in national assignments. The Black Stars will be traveling to Chad to play away at Chad, and then they finally come to Ghana to host Malians on Monday, 8th September 2025. So the group stands: Ghana 15 points plus 10 goals, Comoros 12 points plus 2 goals, Madagascar 10 points plus 3 goals, Mali 9 points plus 4 goals, Central African Republic 5 points minus 5 goals, and Chad without any points, 0 points and minus 14 goals. So the Black Stars are leading and they are in pole position to qualify. Mind you, the first team qualifies automatically to the World Cup. The second team will have to go play in playoffs, and when they're able to make it, they will also be drawn. Yesterday, Coach Otto Addo announced the squad. The goalkeepers, he named 3 goalkeepers: Lawrence Atizigi, Joseph Annan, and Benjamin Asari. In defense, he has Gideon Mensah, new boy Derek Arthur Cohn of Union Berlin, a very enterprising and entertaining left back. He is there. We have Mohamed Salisu, Jerome Opoku, Alexander Jiku, Jonas Ajete of Basel. Tariq Lamptey returns after suffering that long layoff through injury. He is returned to the Brighton's team, and Coach Otto Addo has given him a welcome back into the national team. So Tariq Lamptey is back. Kalbi Yenchi from Nigerian, we all see the performance he put up in the last outing. Outstanding player he was, and he has been given a rebirth to continue. In midfield, we have Elisha Usu, captain of Ozel. We have Mohamed Kudus, who has currently playing his trade for Tottenham Hotspurs, and he's been doing so well in the first 2 matches that Tottenham has played in the English Premier League. Also of Oxdale is Ibrahim Osman, Ibrahim Sulemana, Thomas Partey of Villarreal, and Abdul Salih Samed. In attack, the informed Antoine Semenyo is in. Kamadin Sulemana have also suffered a long stretch of true injury. He was transferred from Southampton to the Italian Serie A. Currently, he's playing with his brother at Atalanta Bergamo. Kamadin Sulemana has also returned to the national team. We have Joseph Pinto, who has also made a return to the national team after not being called for the last 2 matches. Jerry Afriye, Jordan Ayew, Christopher Bambonsu. What a player he was in Ghana's last match. Christopher Bambonsu and Kalbi Yenchi were the revelation of that game, and then it was just right that the coach will extend another invitation to him to come continue to be a part of the national team. And the last person is Inaki Williams. So this is Coach Otto Addo's men for the 2-edge affairs between Chad and Mali. Now the Black Stars has published its itinerary, so they are expecting players to report to camp on 31st August and 1st September. Players are supposed to be in camp by 1st September because the first training session at Accra Sports Stadium will take place on 1st September. 1st September is next week Monday. That training session is open to the general public, and so you can go watch the Black Stars train. On 2nd, the Black Stars will have a closed door training at Accra Sports Stadium in the morning, and in the evening travel to Chad. On the 3rd, which is Wednesday, they will have a match day training in Chad. They will have to have a field of the Chad's training grounds that will be hosting them as CAF and FIFA demands. Then on 4th, September, which is Thursday, next week Thursday, the Black Stars will play against Chad. Mind you, Chad has 0 points, minus 14 goals, and so if the Black Stars are able to do their work well and tactically be at par, players are reporting to camp early, so that coaches will take them through the drills. We expect them to go beat Chad in Jamena. Then after the game on Thursday, Friday, the Black Stars will come back to Ghana to have a recovery session at the Accra Sports Stadium. The recovery session, obviously, is behind closed doors. On Saturday, the Black Stars will train again behind closed doors. On Sunday, the Black Stars will train. The match is on Monday, 8th September against Mali. So Sunday's training is open to the general public for the first 15 minutes. At least the Black Stars are supposed to do ball work. They are supposed to do dribbling and all that. Go through all the training regimes of the coaches and drills. But in the first 15 minutes of the training is going to be open to the general public. The remaining session would be behind closed doors. So this is the itinerary of the Black Stars from 31st, expecting players, to 8th, having played the 2 matches. Then afterwards, we can have a look and feel of the table and see how the dream of USA, Mexico, Canada World Cup 2026 looking like. We've missed out on the upcoming AFCON. Now that we're in pole position to qualify for the World Cup, we have to hold on to it, hold it firmly with all grabs and grips, and make sure that we partake in the next edition of the World Cup. So this has been the news that I brought to you from the Black Stars camp after the coach had announced the squad last night. Now moving on to local stories. The Ghana top 4 had ended on Sunday with BBN Gold Stars crowning champions. Yesterday, BBN Gold Stars, with a triumphant entry, made a return to their home venue, BBN, and it was, pomp, pageantry, and a sense of delight among the BBN folks, because this is the team that has won the Ghana Premier League, traveled to Accra, had its preseason training in Accra, stayed in Accra, played all matches in the Ghana top 4, and were crowned champions. So the team left as champions in the Ghana Premier League and returned as champions of the Ghana top 4. It was pomp, pageantry, and the BBN fans were cheerful and in a state of delirium. Moving on from that, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who finished the Ghana top 4 last, having lost all 3 matches, had concerns with their team. Kumasi Asante Kotoko had announced 12 players, but on Saturday, I break that Kotoko are expecting to make it 15 with the signings of Walid Mafuseni, Hamzata, and another guy, Lord Listo Ohene. Yesterday, Kotoko confirmed 2 of those players, Walid Mafuseni and Hamzata. It takes their transfers now to 14 players. Having sent 8 players home packing, Kotoko has welcomed 14, and they are not done. The transfer window was supposed to have ended 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, but the Ghana Football Association has given clubs a 1-week extension. So it means teams can still go onto the market and buy and to register. Kumasi Asante Kotoko's team is not in the best of shape. At least the Ghana top 4 have made it so obvious that notwithstanding the coaches' constant and one-way flow and dimensional play that has come and become known to all technical and tactical people around Ghana football, the players that they brought in, some are subpar, some are not up to standard, some are not fit for purpose, and some do not qualify to play for Kotoko. Because Johnson Opon-Owusu has been downstanding. And then I'm trying to get a very gentle adjective to describe how woeful and how underwhelming he has been. It was no surprise that after 2 months of buying him, the IMC of Kumasi Asante Kotoko are contemplating on sacking Johnson Opon-Owusu. It is serious. A player that was announced in June 22, we are in August 27, 2 months, 5 days, and the management are contemplating on sacking. They are not, it's not even at the stage of contemplating. They have agreed to sack him. These are some of the things that happen when you leave transfers into the hands of Ghanaian coaches. Because this guy hadn't kicked a ball in 6 months. The last time he played in the Ghana Premier League was at Dreams FC. And whenever there is a player coming from Dreams FC and you have that Dreams connection and Dreams relation, you must know that it was recommended by the coach. But then when you leave transfers into the hands of Ghanaian coaches, these are some of the results that you get. Because in what world, in what sense, in what makeup of football would you sack Eduku? Would you sack all the players that Kotoko sacked to bring in Johnson Opunwusu? He has been very underwhelming to say the least. So the management have decided to go back to the contractual situation of Johnson Opunwusu and able to compensate him so that he will find a new club. Not only that, Joseph Amwa. Now, Joseph Amwa, after serving his contract with Legon Cities, was supposed to join Hearts of Oak because Hearts are without a standing left back. Kumasi Asante Kotoko didn't have a left back issue because Patrick Asiedu had played 33 out of 34 matches in the Ghana Premier League last season. He was dependable, he was stalwart, and he was unbenchable. So they just needed to get a backup for him. Then they went to sign Francis Akwa, solid left back from Bechem United. So it beat every imagination of this world that Kotoko would go back into the market to bring in another left back. 3 left back for what? Then they went on to sign Joseph Amwa. Now they don't know what to do with him because he is not getting a playing time at left back. They are now playing him as a deputy right back to sign Bobubaka because Lord Amwa is stretched of injured. So Kotoko's signing and transfers was without strategy and was just because cash is available, and then we presented a blank check to the coach. He was making unnecessary demands, signing unnecessary players. So Joseph Amwa will also have his contract terminated. The best the team can do with him is to send him on loan to a club that the club has a very good rapport and relationship with. But then if he's able to find a compromising position with the club, they would love to terminate his contract and let him walk away. Inusa Adams, formerly of Wafa, went to Portugal, couldn't play, returned to Ghana, trained with Achim Kotoko Royals. Then Kotoko wants him. For what? I mean, all the matches he has played, he has failed to convince every Kotoko fan that he can play for the club. Again, this was a signing recommended and activated by the coach. The team is now contemplating on loaning him just after a month of announcing him. Just a month. Just after training with the team, pre-season, no, the league hasn't started. The Continental Tournament Confederations Cup hasn't started. The NTNFA Cup hasn't started. So you tend to wonder why Coach Karim Zito would recommend these players, and then after a month and 2, he wants them out because he wants new players. You went to buy flowers, now you see someone's new flowers and you want to throw your own flowers away to go get someone else's own. It doesn't work like that, Coach Karim Zito. You didn't have that luxury of money and that luxury of budget at Dreams FC. You were working with substandard players at Dreams FC. But you couldn't tell Mr. Kotoko to go into the market and get you every new toy on the market. It doesn't work like that. You all come to Kotoko, and because there is money, you want to throw monies on your players. Why? Why? Now 3 players that you signed just 2 months ago, you want to show them exits. I don't know what the contract situation looks like, but then if the players will agree, good for you. If they don't agree, then you would have to stay with them for the next 2 years. So that has been Kotoko's transfer strategy. Now Kotoko has 29 players. Now you can register 30 players on the GFA system, so they have 1 slot more. Yesterday they announced 2 players, 31. So who is going to be registered and who is going to be demoted? So they want to create extra spaces to sign extra players. In comes Alidu Muhammad, formerly of Legon Cities. Alidu Muhammad was, tilting towards Hearts of Oak. At some point Nations, at some point Samatics. Just recently Vision. Because he's a free agent and his quality, I think he's demanding some lot of hefty fee. That is, depriving these clubs of going further with him on contract situations. But what I can say is that Alidu Muhammad is in advanced negotiations to become a new player of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. After assessing the team, you could see that the team is without bite, without creativity, and then they are without a final third passes in the midfield to attacking transitions. So Alidu Mohammed will help serve that. Not only Alidu Mohammed, in June, somewhere 24th June, I made a story of Kotoko signing 2 players from Nations FC, Victor Odro and Sadiq Al-Hassan. Now, Victor Odro failed medical, so he couldn't sign. That of Sadiq hit snag because he was then still contracted to Nations FC, and Kotoko, checking Sadiq's age, didn't want to go invest in him. He had run down his contract, but then Kotoko didn't go back after signing Lord Hilary Adabo. They then realized on Sunday that they would need Sadiq's services, but then Sadiq is out of the country. He has traveled to go sign a contract with a foreign club. So I don't know what will happen to bring Sadiq back to Ghana and back to Kotoko. They are exploring to go for Salim Adams and Sadat Mohammed. At least they have a good relationship with New Edubiase and Mr. Salam Yakubu, Abdul Salam Yakubu of New Edubiase. But I don't know how they are going to get Salim Adams. We know of Salim's attitudinal problems. He is a talented footballer. He is quality. I mean, he showed it at Accra House of Folk, went to Cincinnati in the United States, came back to House of Folk. Quality player, full of attitudinal issues. But then these are the 4 midfielders that Kumasi and Kotoko is looking ahead to at least get 2 to come and augment their midfield squad and help them in next season's tournament. This has been an afternoon tidbit and afternoon prelude to you. In the evening, I'll do well to come back to you and to your abode and to your household and to your place of leisure with our football stories for the day. Thank you for tuning in to watch. Thank you for tuning in to listen. And thank you for doing the sharing, doing the commenting, doing the liking, and finally subscribing to become a part of the Football 3TG channel. I don't take your viewership for granted. Happy to see you always. And we'll do well to meet you in the evening. Meda will be Manuesi. Asante sana. Bye bye.